What's up guys, Deagle here from ProNDC. Welcome to another ESO build video. Today I want to show you my Templar PVE build for the Morrowind update. Today I want to make the build video a little bit more differently, so this is more of an update video and I won't explain everything like as detailed as I did in the previous build videos. So I will leave out the rotation. If you want to see or hear a detailed explanation of the rotation or like a detailed explanation of basically everything else, I recommend to check out my Morrowind build. A lot of the basic stuff there is still up to date. Today I want to focus more on like the changes or what you always like should focus on if you come up with your own setup, because what I'm about to show you is just like one variation of what I play. I always try to adapt my setup to my group, and since like mid Morrowind we highly optimize our trials towards stamina DPS, because stamina DPS is quite a bit higher than Magicka DPS since Morrowind. So yeah, basically this is what it's going to be all about. So I'm going to start with stats first. So we have 3.5k weapon damage unbuffed, 52% weapon crit chance unbuffed, like slightly more than 700 stam recovery of course, and slightly below 17k HP. For me it's more than enough. We have Eben in our group, so I'm sitting at 18k when like without Warhorn and 20k with Warhorn. Slightly less than 37k stamina. We're using it in the Warrior Mundus Stone, and max stam and max health food. Why the Warrior Mundus Stone? So Warrior gives us actually a little bit more than just 345 weapon damage, but I don't have all pieces in Divines. I'm still missing Divines, Veldreth, Shoulders. I'm just not lucky, and I haven't done dailies in quite a while to like actually go for these Shoulders. Basically, the Warrior is the best choice because Thief got nerfed quite a bit. Like it's now 7% base. I'm not sure how much crit chance you get if you wear all Divines, but it's not worth it anymore compared to the Warrior. And the Shadow also got nerfed, and with such a low crit chance, the Shadow like underperforms. And on top of that, with the changes of Warrior, like Warrior got buffed, Shadow and Thief got nerfed. Warrior actually deals more critical damage than the Shadow, which basically makes no sense. So Shadow, like a crit strike with the Shadow Mundus Stone in full Divines is lower than with the Warrior Mundus Stone. So Shadow is completely useless. They should like revisit this again and like make some calculations. It's weird. But anyway, like Shadow is what I used on PTS, but things are quite different from PTS now, so we're going with the Warrior. It's just the best choice in most of the situations. So that's for stats. Buff, we're sitting at almost 4.1k weapon damage. Goes way higher, of course, in trials, and 62% weapon critical chance. We're wearing 6 medium, 1 heavy, because I'm using 1 crafted set, and getting more health is quite nice, to be honest. You'd be at sitting at like 64% weapon crit chance if you are in full medium. So let's get into gear. Currently what I'm wearing, or what I wear most of the time, is 5 pieces of Night Mother's Gaze. So we get weapon crit chance 2 times, weapon damage, and we reduce the target's physical resistance by 2.58. This is really strong, because currently in trials we try to debuff the opponents as much as possible. So sets like Two-Fanged Snake or Spriggans, if you don't have like trials gear, sets that give you physical penetration in total are not needed at all. So what we currently run in a trials group is Night Mother's Gaze, which I wear. Then we have Thunder Flame, which reduces target's physical resistance by 3,320 on purple. I think it's like 3.4k if you have it in gold on the body. And then we have Alkosh, which is another, let me check, I'm pretty sure it's like 3,310 if it's gold. No, 3,010. And then we have Crusher enchantments. I should have this. For some reason my inventory inside, like I updated it. I wasn't on my tank character, so okay, here's a Crusher enchantment. I don't have it on an infused weapon, unfortunately, and it's only purple here. It's on 1.5k. If it's infused, it's like 1.9k if I remember correctly. So we have like the Crusher enchantment on the tanks. We have Alkosh, we have Thunder Flame, and we have Night Mother's Gaze. We have the regular debuff from Taunt, Major Fracture, Major Breach, and then we have from our Templar here, which I am, Minor Breach, Minor Fracture, which is another 1,320. So we're sitting at like 17.8k-ish penetration already. So we're really close to the cap. So like adding another 4,300 penetration is completely overkill. So like even wearing Croc, the only way I'd wear Croc is if I wasn't playing on Stamina Templar, or if you don't have a Stamina Templar in the group, you could go with Croc, because Croc got nerfed as well to 1.4k in legendary quality. Oh, no, it's weapons here. So Croc gives you 1.4k physical penetration. Got nerfed quite a bit. So yeah, that's basically the sets that we always run when we run trials. But we, as I said, are a group that try to optimize the DPS towards stamina players. So we all run support sets like that. The sets still deal quite a bit of damage. So it's not like you have shit damage only because you are a support character. And the other set that I run currently is War Machine, because Stamina Templar has a really low cost ultimate. We get Max Stam, we get Minor Slayer, we get weapon damage, and we get Major Slayer if you use an ultimate. So I get an uptime of like 40% or more, like 37% if I like screw up quite a bit. 37% or less if the fight is bad, and 40% plus if I have a good attempt and can like get off my ultimate like all the time that it's ready. And yeah, this is the set I run. So I have an infused weapon here and a precise one here. I don't think I could get like a Nirnhold one, but still precise with 3.5% is quite okay, I guess. So because of that, I'm sitting at like above 60% weapon crit chance. I still have a sharpened Maelstrom bow. On boss fights, I'm over penetrating, so this is like wasted DPS. Nirnhold or precise would be better, would be give me more DPS. Infused, you could also go with an infused one that doesn't really benefit you. But in trash fights, sharpen is still good because you cannot debuff all the opponents. So sharpen is good in trash fights, and you would actually, for optimal DPS, need to switch like to a Nirnhold bow on a boss fight. I'm also going with Velodreth on my body. I only have like 30 here, unfortunately, so it gives me additional weapon damage, and like the proc of it gives me like around 1.82k single target DPS, which is actually pretty good. If you want a little bit more sustain, you can do it like Allcast does it. You can go with Stormfist. But personally, I don't need that. I just go with Velodreth and I'm good to go. So this is the set that I currently run. All the sets that I mentioned, like Thunder Flame, which is the set here. You could replace Night Mother's Gaze with the Thunder Flame. You get stamina, weapon damage, weapon crit, and when you deal, when you do a heavy attack, a fully charged one, you deal additional flame damage and you debuff your opponent, which is nice. you could go with Hunting's Rage. Like if everyone else is running Night Mother's Gaze, War Machine, stuff like that, you can just go with Hunting's Rage. Gives you about 300 more weapon damage, same weapon crit chance, and a little bit more stamina. It's about the same damage as Night Mother's Gaze, slightly more. So like with the increased weapon damage, you get more damage from your heavy attacks, stuff like that, which is really nice. So Hunting's Rage would be an option. You'd go with the Vicious Ophidian, which is this one. Gives you weapon crit chance 2 times, minor slayer, weapon damage, and it reduces the cost of stamina abilities by 8%, so you get more sustain. And when you kill an enemy, you get 2.1k stamina back, and also a speed buff. So like if everyone else has all the other stam DPS, if they were Night Mother's Gaze, Thunder Flame, stuff like that, you can just go with Vicious Ophidian or Hunting's Rage. And another set that I sometimes wear, if no one else wants to wear it, is Morak Tong. Morak Tong gives you weapon damage 2 times, max stam, and when I deal direct damage, my enemy takes 10% more damage from poison damage abilities. So this really buffs stem Dragon Knights, but also other stem players because of poison injection, but stem Dragon Knights because of Noxious Breath and Venomous Claw. So they have like 2 additional poison abilities, and they deal additional 10% damage. Like not 10% in total, because all damage multipliers or damage factors are added before they are calculated, like with the, or multiplied with the base damage, but still. So Morak Tong would be another option. And these are basically the sets that we all run. Because of all the debuffs, we don't need something like Twice-Fanged Snake. However, if you are the only stam player, you should still go with Twice-Fanged Snake. You can just like wear rings and 2 body pieces like I always did, and go with the Night Mother's Gaze weapons. So you can craft the weapons, go with the Maelstrom Bow here, and then use Twice-Fanged Snake if you are the only stamina player in the group, or if you are one of 2. If you are the only one, maybe it's even better to go with Hunting's Rage, because on a Stamina Templar you get more weapon damage on Hunting's Rage, and because of the passives you get more weapon damage, so that would be better. For Maelstrom Arena, because people always ask me, hey, what should I wear in Maelstrom Arena? Just go with Vicious Ophidian, the set that I just showed you. Vicious Ophidian, because this is really, really important for resource management. Vicious Ophidian and Hunting's Rage, or Night Mother's Gaze. So we're like 5 Vicious Ophidian, 3 jewelry pieces, 2 body pieces, and then Hunting's Rage on the front bar, with an infused and a sharpened dagger, and a Maelstrom Bow, and Velodreth, and that's like the best setup. Maybe not the best setup, but it's one of the best setups and easiest to get setups that you could wear in the Veteran Maelstrom Arena on any stamina class. And I really hope, because people always ask me stuff that I actually like explain in the video, but they just jump to certain points in the video to see like, oh, what gear is he running? Then like, oh, could I actually like wear this instead? And I actually explained that you could do that. I give alternatives all the time, but people just like don't actually listen. So I really hope people listen now. This is what you wear, or what I just explained is what you can wear in Maelstrom Arena. So yeah, that's basically it for gear. Let's get into skills first, before I cover champion points. So I don't want to explain this in full detail. We have a passive ability, Piercing Spear. So we need an Adric Spear ability on both bars. So what I do is like either do it like this, go with Luminous Shards on the back bar to just for the passive, and go with Dawnbreaker, or if I need healing, I just go with Crescent Sweep on the back bar and go with Vigor on the back, Vigor here. Those are the 2 options that I have here for my back bar. If you wear War Machine on jewelry and body pieces, you need Crescent Sweep on the back bar anyway. What you can do is just go with Dawnbreaker, and you end up with even more weapon damage. So like buffed, you're sitting at 4.3k, which is a shit ton. But yeah, the uptime on your Major Slayer will be quite a bit lower. And yeah, that's basically it. So skills. We have Biting Jabs here, main damage skill. We spam it in trash fights, which we can do because we get resources back after we kill people with Repentance. We only use it once in every rotation because we do too many heavy attacks and all the dots run out. Then we have Blood Craze. You could go with the other morph too, but I actually like the healing. And it's not like a lot of VPS that you lose here. I just like Blood Craze, and the other one isn't like fully leveled to level 4. So I just don't bother remorphing it. Then we have Deadly Cloak. This reduces the damage you take by 25%. The AoE damage, of course. Really, really important. Good single target and AoE skill, actually. Like, I think on Rockhard it dealt like 2.4k DPS only on him, which is quite nice. Then we have Rearming Trap. We get 10% more crit damage by minor force. The dot is also really good. Lasts 6 seconds 2 times, so 12 seconds in total. Then we have Power of the Light. The main reason we actually come to trials as a Stem Templar because we apply Minor Breach and Minor Fracture to our opponents. Really important that we keep that up when it runs out all the time. And yeah, copies damage for 6 seconds, really good. Then we have Crescent Sweep here, our really, really cheap 72 ultimate, cost ultimate, and we use it whenever it's ready to activate our War Machine. AoE Dot, Endless Hail, really, really strong. Our hardest hitting ability, not the hardest hitting one, but the ability that deals the most DPS in our complete rotation, seeing a target and AoE wise. Then Poison Injection, extremely strong ultimate, especially if the enemy drops below 50% health. Really, really strong. Then we have Resolving Vigor here. This is the flex spot, as I explained. You can also like go with Extend Ritual if you need like cleansing at some points, or go with Restoring Focus. Completely up to you. Then we have Repentance. Repentance gives us back stamina and health for dead enemies or dead allies. So if someone dies, just like use Repentance to heal yourself and others, but you only restore stamina to yourself because it got changed. It's a little bit sad that it got changed, but still, like, just hope you're the only one in your group using Repentance and you won't have resource issues during all the trash fights. Razor Cowl drops, really good AoE morph, like it has a really huge range and it's a really strong dot as well. Then again, Crescent Sweep because of passives. So that's it for skills. Like I said, if you want a detailed explanation of the rotation, because for me myself, it didn't change, just watch my Morrowind build video. So champion points. So I have 2 spare points in Sprinter because of jump points. There's no point in putting them somewhere else where we could actually need them. And Sprinter is not too bad. Like sometimes we need to sprint in certain situations. So I have 2 points here, 20 to Warlord to reduce the CC break free cost. Then we have 37 to Mooncalf, 76 into this Tenacity. 75 is not enough. 75 would be 14%, but because jump points are weird, it rounds down by a full percentage. So we need more than 14%, hence the 76 points into Tenacity. Then we have 37 points into Tumbling to get the 15.1% and 48 into Shadowboard. Now, like, here's a mistake. Like, I tried to record the build video before that. I still have like 51 into Ironclad, which is a mistake. It should actually be like 52 because I only get 18% damage reduction now. 52 here, 11 in Spell Shield, 49 Hardy, 49 Elemental Defender, 40 into Thick Skinned, 19 into Quick Recovery. So we're still not like completely at the penetration cap, so we still have like 4 points into Piercing. I have like 64 into Mighty right now, 66 precise strikes, and 66 into Thaumaturge. And I also have 20 into Mastered Arms. Well, our crit chance is quite low. You could maybe take some points out here to go like more into Mastered Arms, maybe even like Physical Weapon Expert, but I'm still having like quite good results like that. So yeah, it's maybe you don't even need the 4 points into piercing here, but I think I have them there only because of jump points. I'm not entirely sure, but still you're not like fully at the penetration cap all the time, so like putting 4 points there is not too bad, but you don't actually need them. Anyway guys, that's basically it. I hope, how long is the video right now? Like 20 minutes? Okay, so a little bit shorter than my other videos. I hope I explained, I mentioned all the sets that you can actually wear in trials and in dungeons and in VMA, and I hope I was able to explain it good enough for you to understand why we don't use twice winged serpent and stuff like that anymore. Like at some point people even complain like, oh, you, all the time you wear twice winged serpent on stamina, that it's crap, I can't get the set. Well, now the sets are even easier to get. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh, there's actually one set I forgot to mention. I actually forgot it. It's Powerful Assault. Powerful Assault gives you health, stamina, weapon damage, and when you use an assault ability, increase the weapon and spell damage of you and the 3 others by 157 if it's purple. Sometimes I even wear Powerful Assault. Now, like in VMO, the off tank wears it, so it's not needed. But you can keep 100% uptime of this, so it's an additional 157 weapon damage, and you activate it with the caltrops. Yeah, this skill, so you can have a really good uptime. But now, I've mentioned everything now, I guess. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you don't want to miss any more ESO content, don't forget to subscribe. I hope I will see you the next time on the next build video, or maybe even gameplay video. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. And that's it for today, guys. So until next time, bye bye.